Okay, well, here we are. Today is day 30, the night of day 30. So it's really pretty much over. And I got up really early this morning, like 5 o'clock. I felt pretty good. I got up and I was just sitting around. I thought, I've got a lot of time before I have to start meditating at 7:30, so I think I'm going to go over to the rec center and do a sauna and a whirlpool. And I did. I really needed it. I felt really kind of funky, and I thought, just get over there, get dressed. It was not that cold out, which is really nice here. It's been very cold and it was a little wet, but so I went over there and I did a really nice sauna and I fit into my suit. Oh, I have this wonderful suit I got a couple summers ago, and like a month ago, I did fit into it, but I was just like, looked awful and I was just squeezed into it. And I looked fine in it. It just fit, which is what it fit before, which is great. And I came home, meditated, and then after meditation, I went in my bed and I just laid down and I went, I want to go to sleep because I really probably didn't get enough sleep that night. So I slept until noon and it was great. It was like 3.5 hours of sleep. And I was really happy I fell asleep because I just didn't want to face this day. It's like I just didn't want to face this day. Oh yeah, I had carrot, apple, ginger juice with that I had in the fridge when I first woke up with the suja green juice. So I had a good juice, it's nice, but I was just like, I do not want to deal with this. So I got up, I got dressed and this and that. And then I thought, I'm gonna go out and get a chai. So I went out and I got two chais, but I only drank one. And that was just what I needed. It was just something a little different, commercial, walking into that Indian restaurant with all those smells. I thought, you're not going to be able to have Indian food for quite a while because Indian food is, except for just the plain rice, is pretty much off my diet, the upcoming diet. So, probably watch some food videos and this and that. And I soaked chickpeas last night and then I cooked them a little bit. And I had to keep cooking them because I didn't quite have the right consistency because I wanted to toast them in my air fryer. And I just finished that and they got a little too hard. Next time I had 10 minutes at 400, not used to using it. And I would do probably 5 minutes. I think that's enough. But they're very tasty, toasty and tasty. I have had little chickpeas today. And I did have a few little pickle slices when I was sitting with Gary, and like a piece of candy and some bouillon. And I had some tomato juice. I had orange juice. I had to finish up the last four oranges at some point, and had some orange juice. So in the afternoon, I had some stuff that I should have done, but I just didn't feel like doing it, and I didn't feel like going to the rec center and exercising, but I felt like going for a fresh air walk. So I called up my friend and we went out for a really long fresh air walk. And it was like kind of cold and a little overcast, but it was good. I was glad I got out in the fresh air. And then I had a cup of tea and meditated at her house and then came home. And then Gary came over. We watched some Charlie Chan. And I was really glad I was with people and just kind of doing some light attention activity because I just wanted to like get through this. And I was thinking about the whole process of these 30 days, and it's sort of like setting off on a long road trip. And you plan it for a while, and you have your imagination of what it'll be like. I'm just going to go for this many days, and actually a 30-day road trip, right? And you're going home, and you have an idea of what it's going to be like, but you really don't know what it's like until you actually do the trip and the different particular obstacles that come up and enjoyments and the scenery and the people you meet. And it's juice fasting is a little bit like that. It's like each day, and I've reported on each day, it's a different experience, and like it was hard for me, but the results were great. I mean, I really feel great, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I did watch the last of the Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead movie tonight. I had another, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes left, and that's when the overweight trucker starts to really make his advances. And Joe, they report on Joe and how much different he looks and meeting his friends, like on the beach when he's walking and he sees somebody he hasn't seen in a while and they're just like, whoa. Look at you. And um, this guy Phil, he had a lecture and he had I think like 5 bowling balls or maybe 6 up on the stage, and he said that's how much weight I've lost. And I've lost probably at least 1 bowling ball, which I was carrying around with me, which I'm not carrying around anymore. And I watched a lot of food videos, this low-fat vegan cooking, which is so interesting to me. I was going to buy some commercial oil-free mayonnaise. I was going to send away for it, but I looked up a recipe tonight and I found, you can make it with tofu, and that's probably how they do it. And so I can make it in my blender. I wish I had a what do they call those things? The really heavy-duty blenders. Can't think right now, like a food processor, but it's like a blender. And anyway, but they're very expensive. So I can probably do it in a blender, food processor, blender combination, something like that. And also, the date lady has special barbecue sauce, and I realized I could probably make like a, you know, non-fat barbecue sauce. I just have to look up a recipe for it and use date sugar, and then I don't have to send away with shipping for these expensive items. And also that she has like a hot sauce, just blend up a bunch of stuff. So I'm really getting into like creating a lot of stuff from scratch, like in my mind. And tomorrow I'm going to break with the spiralized zucchini, squash, butternut squash salad with these toasted garbanzo beans, tomatoes, peppers, red, green peppers. I don't have any onion though. I do have an onion, but it's a month old. I don't think it's probably very good. And spices and that low-fat dressing I have. Anyway, so I weigh in tomorrow. I have no idea. I do have an idea of how much I weigh, but it's not educated. It's just kind of, I think I'm probably about 136. I think so. Not sure, but I'll find out tomorrow. I didn't do this perfectly. I cheated like crazy, Those garbanzo beans today were sort of like eating, you know. But I'm only human, and I got the results I wanted. Definitely a lot of elimination. So I got a lot of waste. Body's a lot cleaner. The inflammation. I was thinking about the inflammation in where I broke my wrist and my hand was in my cast and it was so stiff. And there's no way of really knowing, but it feels very flexible. And I think that's because all the inflammation's gone in my body, or most of it. Because whatever it is that I eat, other than juice, when I juice, the inflammation goes away. So that's really good. And that's about it. It's like, what is it, 9:15 now. I probably stay up for another hour and then take my magnesium, go to bed, and wake up. And tomorrow's Christmas. Oh boy. Tomorrow is a big day, the day after. I am so looking forward to cooking these new recipes and turning over a new leaf. I am so into it. And not cheating, trying not to cheat. I don't want to report in for 30 days. Really helps me to have this little food report, and gives me a goal during the day, and keeps it interesting for me. So that's it. That's my day 30 wrap up on my 30-day juice fast of March 2022.